I am Penobscot Nation Tribal Ambassador Emily Bryant, and I am excited to share with you why I love this book, The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. I am a big fan of horror. I like horror movies, shows, books. I'm also super proud of being an Indigenous person, a Wabanaki woman, and feeling in touch with my cultural identity, legends, lore, stories, and how to take the lessons from a lot of our culture and see it in everyday life. And this book does that in a brave way, in an unflinching way, in a way that might make some people uncomfortable because it is scary and gory and grisly. But I really find a lot of peace in that, ironically. I think that diving into horror as a way to express Indigenous identity is powerful. It feels like we can take back a lot of this intergenerational trauma by seeing it so plainly on a page, written in a way that explores our legends and explores some of the deep darkness of some of these things that we've learned growing up, and some of the things that our people have experienced. So dealing with colonialism, intergenerational trauma, and a lot of these things that we're constantly wrestling with, seeing them playing out in a horrific way is oddly healing and soothing, and I might be the only person in the world who feels that way, but this is a beautiful book. It is scary, it is sort of jumpy on the edge of your seat stuff, but I think that the way I feel about my Indigenous identity, it is empowering to see it told so bravely and so boldly. So I really love this book. Thank you.
Hi, so I'm doing a little report on Murder on the Red River by Marcy Rendon. And what I really liked about that book was the character, Cash. She was just someone you really want on your side. She doesn't mess around. She really reminded me of my aunts. And growing up around a lot of Indigenous women, I had 5 aunties, and they were just really powerful. So Cash really reminded me of them in a lot of ways. Particular about Cash herself was that she was really sharp and strategic, and had a lot of forethought. She just got herself out of a lot of tricky situations because she was so smart. I also found her very inspiring because she really showed and demonstrated the essence of what it is to be resilient. So, great book. I loved it. Kudos for Marcy Rendon. She did a great job with her writing and with this character, and yes, the murder mystery.
Hi everyone, my name is Melody. I just wanted to put in a good word for this book here, The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. It was a very good read. I thought it was well written, and the story is very good. It got me, where I was excited to find out what happens. It had me right when I first started reading it. I was like, it had me where I didn't want to stop. So this is a wonderful book, and I would recommend it anybody that, especially people that are familiar with raking blueberries and, the blueberry barrens in Maine. I would totally recommend this book. So go get your copy now. Thank you.
Woolies Bezaway, good morning. My name is Brianne Lola, and I'm a Bunawebskig citizen. And today I am talking about The Seed Keeper by Diane Wilson. Diane Wilson is a Dakota author. This is her debut novel, which is so super impressive. I absolutely adored this book and the journey that it took me on, and just inspiring me to just get outside and get in the dirt more and just connect. There are all sorts of great themes, identity, activism, community, relationships, sacrifice. This book was inspired by the true story of Dakota women as they're being forcibly removed from their land, hiding seeds in their dresses. So wherever they went next, they still had that connection, that family, the seeds. and passing it on generation to generation. In the beginning, there's a beautiful poem, The Seeds Speak. We are hungry, but the sleep is upon us. We are thirsty, but the mother has instructed us not to wake too early. We are restless, chafing against this thin membrane, pushing back against the dark that bids us to lie still, suspended in a near death that is not dying. We hold time in this space. We hold a thread to infinity that reaches to the stars. I hope you love this book as much as I did. I look forward to hearing what you thought of it. Willie Winnie.
Hi, I'm Samah, and I am suggesting that you vote for Empire of the Wild by Cherie Demaline for 2025 Reader's Retreat book. Cherie Demaline is a Métis writer, and this is her 6th novel. This book is about a Métis woman, Joan, and the love of her life, her husband, Victor, who goes missing. And she searches for him for a year. She never gives up, while everyone else around her says, give up, he's not coming back. She just keeps going. And then after a year, mysteriously, a church revival comes into town, a big church tent. And as a part of the revival, there's a man, a Reverend Eugene Wolfe with 2 F's, who looks like Victor, talks like Victor, moves like Victor, but claims that he does not know Victor, he does not know Joan, he has no recollection, which is a mystery, right? And so Joan and her nephew Zeus and an elder in the community, Ajin, work together to unravel this mystery. I like the book because Demaline's writing just pulls you right in, and you are just on the edge of your seat the whole time. I also like the book because it deals with monsters and mythical creatures and Métis legends, in particular a creature called the Rougarou, which is like part human and part wolf. The book also contains this wonderful line that I love so much, quote, "There was nothing but him and the Rougarou." I suggest you read it, and I suggest you vote for it for Reader's Retreat.
I am recommending A Council of Dolls by Mona Susan Power. I'm super excited about this book. I thoroughly enjoyed the weaving through time and family and experiences of these different women narrating the story and their dolls. And I think it speaks so much to the power of coping skills and even attaching human emotion and qualities onto things that we treasure and hold dear, and really the symbolism of different objects and the sacredness of those objects. I think so often in Indigenous cultures, we do attach a lot of significance and power to objects that we use in ceremony, and Council of Dolls shows how these dolls are used in the ceremony of existence for these women as they work through grief and trauma and joy and chaos and pain and laughter and love. So I think that this book really speaks to the shared humanity of all people, and that's why it got me excited. It's also a little bit scary sometimes and really speaks to the sadness, I think, that is woven through a lot of the Indigenous woman experience, but also the resilience and the finding hope again. So I found this book hopeful and good, even through the trauma and pain, and I would highly recommend it. Thank you.